One of the hardest things for a car company to do is to design a good subcompact car. You need to provide performance, fuel economy, space, and features, and do all that at a low price. Well, Ford stepped up to the game by bringing their European-designed Fiesta here to the States. How did it do? Well, we bought two of them to find out. We have an SE four-door sedan and an SES hatchback with a stick. First, the good stuff. The Fiesta is really quite fun to drive. This SES hatchback, well, turns almost immediate. I mean, it's like driving a good sports car. It's very responsive. It feels light and lively on its feet. Now, the sedan version we tested, it's almost as good, but it has a little more understeer, and it doesn't have as much grip. Impressive routine handling also translated into impressive emergency handling. The Fiesta has standard stability control, and this tiny car just zipped through the avoidance maneuver, especially the SES hatchback, with its larger wheels and tires and better grip. Although the Fiesta is a nimble little car, it feels quite a bit like a big grown-up car on long trips. That's a good thing. There's not that much road noise, which is really impressive for a car in this class. You will hear the engine noise because that engine has to work pretty hard. Another thing that helps is the ride is quite composed. It offers impressive isolation, especially for this class of car. Another thing that's extremely impressive is fuel economy. It doesn't really matter what transmission you get, either the 5-speed manual or the 6-speed automatic. Both of them give you great fuel economy. So far, so good, but the Fiesta can't escape all the trade-offs that happen with a small car. First off, it's pretty slow. This smooth engine, well, it works pretty hard to keep the Fiesta up to speed, especially on hills. You're going to be stirring the manual transmission quite a bit to maintain speed. Now, the automatic transmission is actually an automated manual. It makes the car feel more responsive, partly due to an extra gear, but it's not perfect. At parking lot speeds, it's really not that smooth. It can be a bit jerky. Once the car's up to speed, though, it's responsive and works quite well. When it comes time to stop, braking distances are longer than we'd like, especially those in the SE sedan that we tested. The SES hatchback, with its 16-inch wheels and tires, it performed better. As far as visibility goes, things are pretty good to the front and the sides. These windshield pillars, not too thick, decent glass area. But in the hatchback, out the rear window, the larger head restraints block quite a bit of that small rear glass area. One nice Fiesta feature, though, the side mirrors have inset spotter mirrors. They help you see cars in the blind spot. Inside, the Fiesta offers quite a few features. There's a computer that can calculate range to empty and fuel economy. You can change the color of the lights in the cup holders. There's also Ford's impressive sync system, which offers voice control of cell phones and MP3 players. But features aside, there's no getting around the fact that the Fiesta is a narrow car. That makes for a narrow driving position. The center console, it intrudes from the right, and the silly protruding cup holder, it sticks into your leg from the left. The front seats are narrow as well. Still, it's not all bad news. You get a tilt and telescope steering wheel and a height adjustable seat. Those aren't exactly features you should take for granted in this level of car. Another unusual feature is a soft touch dashboard, but don't think you're in a luxury car here. All the other plastics, they're hard. Some of them could be better finished. And the glove box door, it's not damped. It just drops open. The European heritage of the Fiesta shows up in some normal everyday controls that are really more complicated than they need to be. First off is the power lock button. The only power lock button is in the center of the dashboard. You can't really tell by looking at the doors if they're locked or not. We'd prefer to have a lock button on each door. Another thing that could be simpler is the radio. First off, direct manual tuning, well, you need to go through several steps. Also, all the controls, well, they're quite a reach away, as this dashboard stylishly slopes away from you. Maybe the biggest problem inside is actually the tiny rear seat. It's really tight back here, especially for adults, but it also makes it hard to put in a child seat. One more thing, even though this is a small car, the price tag isn't all that small. Now, our SC sedan, that wasn't too bad at about $16,500, but this top-level SES hatchback, it's nearly $18,000. You'd add $1,000 more to get an automatic. You can buy larger cars for that kind of money.